Welcome to Wasatch Weekends. I'm your host, Danielle Turner, and thanks for joining us for this Friday, December 15th edition. On today's show, we talk to Katie Wang from Park City Film and find out all about this weekend's movie picks. And we are in the kitchen with Kimberly and Gretchen, learning a fun holiday appetizer that you can do even if you're not much on cooking and baking. So can't wait to see that. In local news, Deer Valley announced it's opening even more terrain this weekend, with Crown Point opening on Thursday and 3 additional lifts opening on Saturday. So lots more terrain for all of you skiers out there. If you haven't had a chance to get out yet, now might be the time. So why don't we take a look at that local forecast and see what's in store for us this weekend.
This weather report is brought to you by Sun and Ski Sports, your new mountain sports headquarters.
Welcome back to the show. Gretchen had a chance to chat with Katie Wang, the executive director at Park City Film, to hear all about this weekend's movie offerings. Let's take a look.
Welcome back to the show. I'm very thrilled to interview the executive director of Park City Film, Katie Wang. How are you doing, Katie?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
Well, thank you for joining us so early in the morning and just hanging out. We really appreciate you. I am so excited to talk to you. I know that you have a film that you're really excited about, and it's called Maestro.
Yes. Yeah. So this weekend's film is a biopic about the conductor and composer Leonard Bernstein. As a native New Yorker, he's someone that kind of loomed large during my time in New York. And it's just this fantastic telling. Bradley Cooper is the director. He also plays Bernstein. Carey Mulligan plays his wife, Felicia Montalegre Cohn. And it's really just this love letter to life and to art. You know, they had a very complicated, very creative relationship. It spans the decades of their time together, but it just so beautifully brings to light the genius, of course, of Leonard Bernstein, but also just he was a complicated human, like so many of us are, right? He was prone to having affairs, and wasn't the best father to his children. But but he was also just this like lovely human being at the same time. So it's like kind of the beauty and the complexity and all of that, just the humanity of Leonard Bernstein and his wife Felicia is just so beautifully represented with these two actors, and just a great story we thought to bring to the big screen here in Park City.
I love that, because I think so oftentimes we romanticize what we want life to look like, and the reality of, you said it beautifully, is that we're all human. We all have flaws, and that's what makes us beautiful. So I love that we're going to see the truth of all of this, and I feel like that hits harder, at least for me as a viewer.
Well, it's more relatable, right? Like these are real people, just as we are. We are all flawed humans, and in very different ways sometimes, but also just to bring to light, the majesty and just the genius of Leonard Bernstein. I think kind of in contemporary culture, we don't, I think, connect as often to classical music as we used to back, when Leonard Bernstein was in his heyday. So to be able to revive that and just to celebrate the work that he did, West Side Story. I mean, so much of the music will be, known to the audience, but probably they didn't, recognize it or link it with Leonard Bernstein. So to see it in a theater, to immerse yourself in that music with just full sound kind of wrapping around you is a pretty special experience.
Well, and it sounds like it's a star-studded cast as well. Bradley Cooper obviously was one that stuck out in my mind, and I feel like Bradley must be drawn to more musical type films as of late, because I seem like a lot of what he's been doing has been kind of tied in with music, which is interesting.
Yeah. Well, and A Star Is Born, certainly, his directorial debut, very similar kind of trajectory of just this complicated relationship and, dealing with fame and kind of the, the downside of that.
Right.
But really, he's just what's so interesting is he's become such a great actor. I think he's grown into his own, just we look at the trajectory of his career, he kind of loses himself in his performance, which is just to me the mark of a great actor, right? If you think about someone like Meryl Streep, it's like you don't see Meryl Streep in the character she embodies. You see that character
Yes.
come to life, and Bradley Cooper has become that actor. He's not, he's not Bradley Cooper playing whomever. It
Yes.
is this person, and Bradley Cooper happens to be the person behind it and just can kind of bring them to life in just a really magical way.
I love that you said that because it's such a simple concept, and I feel a little silly even saying this, but the truth is you're 100% correct. When you forget that that is Bradley Cooper or whomever, and you think, oh my gosh, I'm watching the real life story of this human being, that's that aha moment, right? That's when you're like, oh my gosh, that's a whole different level. So that's amazing to hear.
Yeah, and it just becomes magic. It's not Kevin Costner, it's not, whomever playing this thing, because you just lose yourself in that moment. And for them to be able to do that, to these actors to lose themselves in the character, and Carey Mulligan, same,
Yes.
similarly, she's just a great actress. To become Felicia, and you see the pain, her love for Lenny, but also how painful it is to be in that relationship over time, and just how they kind of forge their way through, as so many of us do. We're all kind of making it up as we go along, and they are certainly different than the rest of us.
Well, and Katie, I love that you said that as well, because so oftentimes for myself, and I know so many other people, theater is so therapeutic. You can sit there, and of course, as human beings, we relate so much to what we've lived through or gone through. So you're sitting there and you have those moments. You laugh with the character, you cry with the character because you relate with them. So I think that's a big part of going to see films and really the experience.
Absolutely. It's kind of that escape, but it's also the kind of groundingness of just like, this is, part of humanity that I'm a part of. And, maybe I have these complicated things going on in my life, but that's, kind of par for the course. So absolutely. I mean, that's what art is all about, I think, is that it gives you that kind of opportunity to explore new storylines, but also see how it relates to your own storyline, and, gives you some imaginative work, some material to work with, of like, how can I reimagine what I'm doing and think different perhaps about my place in the world.
I love that. So Katie, when is that film being played?
So you can see Maestro tonight and tomorrow night. So Friday and Saturday night at 7 o'clock, or then again Sunday at 6. We want to thank Julie Hopkins, Keller Williams Real Estate, for underwriting the film this weekend. She's a great supporter of the arts and helps us bring fantastic films here to our community. So big shout out to her for that. We do also have a special event permit this weekend. So those of you that are Utahns know that means that we have beer and wine for sale on Friday and Saturday nights. So you can have a glass of wine while you enjoy this fantastic film. And then we're back. You can get your tickets online, parkcityfilm.org, or certainly at the box office an hour before showtime.
Thank you so much, Katie. It's always such a pleasure speaking with you. I could talk for hours about films. I love how in depth you go, and I love that it's obvious to me that you really love what you do, and that's great to see.
Yeah, well, it's a great film, so we look forward to seeing everyone here at the movies this weekend.
Thank you so much, Katie. We really appreciate your time, and we have more of the show to come, so just keep it right here.
Welcome back to the show. Now, if you're not a baker or a cooker, but you need to bring a dish to pass to a holiday event, we've got you covered. Kimberly and Gretchen were in the kitchen showing us how to make a caprese Christmas tree. Take a look.
We're back in the kitchen. I'm so excited. Gretchen, you and I haven't been in the kitchen together
in a long time.
Since I very first started with Good
Well,
Morning
it
Bill.
might be because I'm not the best in the kitchen, but I've seen you do a lot in the kitchen, and I'm stoked to learn. And this was something I think that would be easy and fun.
Absolutely. Well, I think what Gretchen is referring to is we're making a Christmas caprese salad.
Yes.
So you know what that means. We got to make it look like a Christmas
tree. Yes. And I love it because it's super simple. The ingredients are very few and far in between. And I know you're a little bit more of a tenured cook and chef. I am not. And so this is easy for everyone. Yeah. So it's just fun and light.
It's great, especially if you're going to a party or you're hosting people. Yes. You don't have to cook. All you have to do is assemble. So 3 simple ingredients are the main part, but we also have some balsamic vinegar to add at the end if you want to. But some people like to keep that on the side. side.
I love this too because I actually love caprese salad, so this is going to be a bomb.
It's going to be so
it's
great.
Gonna look cute
it
too.
really is. So we're going to make it look like a Christmas tree, and the best way to do that is to just layer each little piece as you want to. So let's go ahead and start. So do you want to start with the mozzarella? Do you want to start with the tomato?
Let's start with the tomato.
Okay, awesome. So I would say we're just going to make a small one because this is for a small dinner party.
Yes.
Our breakfast.
Us too right now.
It's true. So if I would do maybe let's start with 5 slices. You just kind of layer it along the bottom there, and you can stack them on top of each other if you want to. Or we'll start with 3. Our plate's not that big.
Here, we can.
Yeah.
There we go. We'll improvise.
We can. So
there we go.
Let's go ahead and we'll move this out of the way so we can see everything. Awesome. There we go. This is a little bit warm because we were cooking up some things earlier. Awesome. And then we can start with the next layer. So if you want to start with the basil, and then I'll go ahead and get this. This is one of my favorite things. You can get fresh mozzarella sliced at the grocery store, so you don't even have to worry about it. I'm telling you, this is a foolproof,
so
easy appetizer to bring to a party, and you can make it as big as you want to.
Ooh, it smells good too.
I love the smell of fresh basil.
Me as well.
Yeah, it looks great. And then, we've got that first couple layers, and we're going to add some cheese onto it.
Yes.
Ooh.
And I love how easy this is.
It's literally the easiest. This cheese, fresh mozzarella is unique to mozzarella in the store because it's got actually, it's in water, which keeps it nice and moist. So we can actually just put that down there.
Thanks, girl.
Holding it's not necessarily the best for all of that. So as you can see, we're starting to shape the tree. Looking stunning. We're going to keep going. Let's have one more. Yeah, let's do one more. And then we'll start with the tomatoes, and then you just kind of build the tree how you want to.
Well, and I love that this is great for a holiday party because it's cute, it's easy, and also it's really light and healthy too.
Yeah, it looks great.
So I know
nailing it.
Yeah, during the holidays, we all like to indulge, a little bit. But this is nice if you're going to try to keep a little trim and lean and still have some fun.
True. It gives you that pizza flavor, but no pizza.
Yeah. Ooh, okay, that's not going to work.
And all you have to do is just kind of keep layering it, as you can see here. I like to put a balsamic glaze. We do not have some, but you've got just regular balsamic here. Moving on to the cheese. We're on to the cheese now. There we go. Next round.
I'm excited.
There we go.
It's a race to the end, Kim. I'm excited.
It looks great.
It's cute,
awesome.
right?
Yeah, I'm just going to do this just so you can see that green a little bit more. Make it nice and festive. And caprese salad is Christmas colors, red, green, and white.
Well, and I love this too because so often maybe your kids or your nieces and nephews want to help out, or grandkids, etc. And this is a really easy, fun.
It really is. And now I think we're coming up to the end of our tree here. While Gretchen lays that out, I'm going to trim a star. Let's see how this turns out to put on the top of our tree. I just took a paring knife here. I'm just kind of cutting it. We'll see how successful it is. But if you are not comfortable with freehanding a star, I would suggest getting a cookie cutter.
Yes, that's so cute. And I love that the options are endless. You can do whatever you want with it.
Endless.
And I saw even you can get some glitter and throw it over. So that's kind
of
fun
too. Edible glitter.
Yes, edible glitter is all the rage these days.
Tree my star, not looking its best. Great. Well, it kind of broke.
It's unique. It has character.
Unique. We're just going to go ahead and separate this really quickly. And
I think it's really cute. Oh,
there we go.
Love it.
There is our tree. Now you can pour some balsamic over it if you want to, but I don't know about you, Gretchen.
I think it's cute.
But we've got some extra mozzarella.
Oh.
I'm going to have some in the morning. Cheers.
I love it. This is really cute.
And you can snack on it as you are in the kitchen. Love this idea.
I love it.
Gretchen is so passionate about this. I was so excited to be able to do this on air with you today.
Well, it was so sweet because I sent Kim the picture, and I'm like, this is something I think I can do. And we made it work.
Literally, you nailed it. This looks like a Christmas tree.
Nailed it.
It's gorgeous. It's nice and fresh. If you could smell the aroma of the basil, the tomato, and the mozzarella.
I love this.
It's perfect. But easy holiday appetizer. Bring it to your next party. And we are really loving doing this. So do you make this often at home?
I love caprese salads. It's one of our favorites in the Snyder household, where I made a name with my family. And yeah, I love it, but I have never made this. I think this is going to be a holiday tradition now. I'm super into it.
I love having, like, you know, it gives homage to Italy, right?
Yes.
I love having Italian food during the holiday season.
100%.
It reminds me of, like, just family and being around the table.
I agree. Well, and it looks so cute. That's the thing, too. I love making things that taste good and look good, because, as you know, when I cook, sometimes things don't look so great, but they taste good. So this is a win-win, right?
You nailed this. If you can see our Christmas tree. Another fun thing that you can do is if you wanted to take a piece of mozzarella, if you have a bigger plate, and you can make like a stump, you can really kind of do everything that you want to.
Well, that's what I was thinking too. We could add some pepper and make like little ornaments. I mean, the options are endless.
They really are,
So
and
it
it's just
tastes
a
good.
fun assembly. People love seeing characters and things made out of food. Like,
I love it. I think we killed it, Kim.
I think we nailed it.
I'm proud.
We
I'm
did
proud.
a great job. So Caprese Christmas, have a go enjoy, go celebrate. It's Friday Eve. So make this on your weekend. It's going to be a fun one. We'll be right back after this.
Good morning, Bell.
This weather report is brought to you by Sun and Ski Sports, your new mountain sports headquarters.
Thanks for joining us. In his first year at the helm of Cal men's basketball, head coach Mark Madsen is tasked with revitalizing a program that hasn't had a winning season in 7 years. Now, Madsen has shown that he's capable of putting together winning teams from his time at Utah Valley, but will that experience help him at a Pac-12 school?
Today we're introducing our new coach, who's an educator and a leader.
First-year head coach of Cal men's basketball, Mark Madsen, is already hard at work. The Golden Bears are coming off their worst season in program history, but Madsen hints the pain in Berkeley might be over.
And, you know, you look at our personnel, I think we're the team that a lot of people don't want to play this coming year. Other coaches, they can see what we've done, they can see the personnel, they can see the players, and other teams are not going to want to play us.
It's no secret Madsen is capable of transforming a program. He turned a Utah Valley team into conference champs in just 4 years. But does this mean he can do the same in a major conference?
You took Utah Valley to new heights over your time there. How do you think that will help prepare you, rebrand this struggling Cal program?
Well, over the course of the 4 years at Utah Valley, you know, there was growth and improvement every single year. And we had some great successes. We had some tough losses along the way. And it's you almost learn more from a tough loss than you do from a great win, because there's that pain. You feel that pain. And then you look at what went wrong. You relive it. You watch the tape. And then you say to yourself, okay, this is never going to happen again.
Madsen will get some help this season as he's reunited with former Utah Valley forward Fardas Aimaq. Aimaq is coming off a season at Texas Tech where he only played 11 games due to injury. But Madsen says entering a new year, the 6'11 star is healthy.
The year at Texas Tech last year was kind of an aberration year because of all the injury, because of adversity he went through. But he has been fantastic with the team. He's been fantastic in practices, and he's going to have an extremely strong year this year in the Pac-12.
Madsen and Aimaq will travel back to Utah once this season to take on the Utes in Salt Lake. Cal will be on the hunt for their first win over the University of Utah in that matchup since 2021.
So get this, last season Cal men's basketball only won 3 games. If they win 4 this year, they'll already be outdoing last season. But after listening to Madsen talk at Pac-12 Media Week in Vegas, I think his expectations are a little higher than that. Make sure to stay with us. More coming up.
Thanks so much for joining us on today's episode of Wasatch Weekends. It was so good to catch up with Katie Wang about this weekend's movie picks. And are you ready to make that caprese tree for a holiday party? I know I am. Thanks so much for joining us this morning. We'll see you tomorrow.